Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. Now, we've seen an absolute tear in altcoins. They seem to be being brought back to life. In cases like Cardano, we've seen them go back to near all-time highs. And you might be wondering what on earth is going on. Well, it's got to do with talk of a crypto strategic reserve. Now, some of you may have heard of the Bitcoin strategic reserve that was talked about during Trump's presidential campaign. But this is going to be a little bit different because if you remember, the Bitcoin strategic reserve was most likely going to stem from the Bitcoin that the US government already holds. So most governments in the world already have huge reserves of Bitcoin, which they were able to acquire from like confiscating ill-gotten gains from different criminal organizations, and they're just sitting on them. And pretty much the idea of turning those Bitcoin into a strategic reserve pretty much wouldn't cost any money. It's mainly a political win for Bitcoin and whoever was the one who came up with the idea, which was Trump in this case. But it was a bit of a misnomer because it wasn't clear that any new Bitcoin would be purchased. It just simply would guarantee that the Bitcoin that was being held wouldn't be sold. However, in this case, it looks like it's going to be a bit different. So we have the news headline here from CoinDesk. ADA rocket 60%, XRP up 25% on Trump's reserve plan, but traders aren't fully bullish yet. I'll read a little bit of this article. But the thing is, there isn't really a reserve of these altcoins, Cardano, Ripple, Solana, Ethereum, but it looks like these are going to make up part of the US's crypto reserve. This is crypto that's going to have to be bought up. It's going to have to be bought up by the US government on the spot market, unlike Bitcoin, which was already available for them. So US President Donald Trump's intentions of establishing a national strategic reserve of Solana, Cardano, and Ripple sent the assets rocketing as much as 60% on Sunday. The current upward momentum might see a correction in the short term as investors priced in the crypto reserve announcement and determined the legal viability of Trump to create the reserve. Federal Reserve Chairman Jeremy Powell previously stated that the U.S. Central Bank is not allowed to hold a reserve of Bitcoin, so there are still technical hurdles in front of Trump's plan. So this is a really interesting thing because it's mainly the announcement in and of itself that is actually creating the waves that we're seeing right now, and it's being discussed that this is something that Trump might talk about in the the first crypto summit to be held at the White House on March 7. And it could just be a whole lot of fluff. Perhaps if he doesn't really talk about it too much in earnest, perhaps the price drops. So this might be more of a sell the news event. But if they actually do go through with this, this could be a really big deal. So Trump announced on Truth Social late Sunday the XRP, Solana, and Cardano would be included in a US strategic crypto reserve. He later added Bitcoin and Ethereum to the list of assets composing the reserve, and has been discussing the idea of a strategic crypto reserve since his 2024 campaign. Now guys, before I go on, I just want to mention the sponsor of this video, which is Local CoinSwap. It's a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchange that allow you to buy cryptocurrency using a multitude of different payment methods, everything from transfer wires to cash to Revolut, everything you can think of. And you can do so without KYC. So if that's something that interests you, you can use my referral link in the description down below. You can buy cryptocurrency without KYC. You can buy Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and a number of other stables. So let's just get back into it. So I want to look at the technicals because it's going to give us a bit of an insight as to what is potentially coming on the horizon. So something that was a huge trend changer was back in here in November, late November, we got a break from this channel, and this is a Bitcoin dominance chart. So Bitcoin dominance is essentially the measurement of how much Bitcoin occupies the total crypto market cap. So it's been on a steady increase and moving up this channel for almost 2 years, and we had this huge break last year in November, and a lot of people, including myself, thought that this would be the prophesized altcoin market, and that's when most people, including myself, got a little bit wrecked because we thought that this was going to be a trend where Bitcoin starts selling off, it goes into altcoins, Bitcoin dominance crashes. Instead, a few announcements by the Fed in regards to not dropping the interest rates precipitously caused investors to be just a little bit less risk on as they would have liked, and that started a trend reversal where we started going up and then broke back into this trading range. So the change that we're seeing recently could be that we might actually start breaking below this channel again, but for real, hopefully this time. But we're going to have to see, but we are really testing that this trend line here. But if we close 6 days from now below this line and then retest it, this could be the start of the altcoin season. And I'm also using here the wave trend indicator here down at the bottom. Green dots tend to be a situation where the market is represented as being oversold, and red dots tend to be a point where it's overbought. And the further down or higher they are on the chart, the higher the chance that it is going to be overbought or oversold. So as we can see here, we're trending towards this top range here. And it looks like, again, if we close this in the red in 6 days time, it's likely we're going to print a red dot, and that might indicate a turning of the tide in regards to the altcoin market. So as you can see, last time we had a big red dot here. We ended up breaking down below this trend line. So I think it's possible that we could do the same thing again, but we're still waiting for a major shift when we go to the macro. When we go to the wave trend indicator, we're looking to go below this 0% line. That's when we know for sure that we're going to be in a bull market, but we're going to have to break below this channel, retest it, and we'll see. But this could be the catalyst of something big. Let's look at Trump's actual tweet here so you know it's real. A US crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I will make sure the US is the crypto capital of the world. And then he later adds, and obviously BTC and ETH, other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Trump has this obsession with bringing industry back to America, and crypto has been fleeing America for quite a while. I mean, if you want to get on a lot of dexes, they'll say you aren't allowed to sign up with this Web3 protocol if you're from the following countries. They'll say North Korea, Venezuela, Iran, Russia, and United States. So this is because crypto businesses have been scared stiff from the regulators in the US. There was always the fear that, like Ripple and a few others, you could just be sued into oblivion by the SEC. But without such an hostile SEC and a pro-crypto president, there's a really good chance that a lot of these crypto companies will come back to the US. And Trump was talking about US-made coins going back to America and pumping them up. So it remains to be seen how this is going to play out, but it is generally bullish. But I want to talk about a few of the negative things, because something that does really bother me about crypto and Trump is that I'll be honest, I give Trump the benefit of the doubt when it comes to his intentions, but he is like someone who has just gotten into crypto and has just completely skipped over learning about the Bitcoin fundamentals and why it's so great economically, and has gone straight into shitcoining. I was at that stage, when I was young, and I'm sure many of you who are watching this are like that now, but Trump, being the president of kind of like the free world, more or less, he went straight into making his own shitcoin, which is something that I was very disappointed by. And then he made a shitcoin of his wife, and I think he's still quite ignorant about the reality of not just focusing on Bitcoin. But regardless, yeah, I just want to read Peter Schiff's comment, because this is one time where you could listen to him seriously talk about Bitcoin. He says, "I get the rationale for a Bitcoin reserve. I don't agree with it, but I get it. We have a gold reserve. Bitcoin is digital gold, which is better than analog gold. So let's create a Bitcoin reserve too. But what's the rationale for an XRP reserve? Why the hell would we need that?" And that's true. There's no real reason for the US to have a Ripple reserve or a Solana reserve or a Cardano reserve. It is quite comical. And there is real concern about how the inner circle of Trump, in regards to the people who are around him who are sorting his crypto affairs, how they are acting as insiders for Trump's movement, probably whispering in his ears for different things he should get involved in. And I think a lot of them are generally good. I like the idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. But I don't like that the people whispering in his ear are probably also greatly profiting. Like, the MAGA meme coin, was absolutely, just taken for a ride by a lot of the insiders. And then here we have this trade here, this 200 million long on Bitcoin and Ethereum before the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve announcement. Could be the biggest inside trade I've ever seen. Smells illegal. In fact, yeah, as you can see here, 50x long. So for those that aren't familiar with leverage, you have to understand that if this position went down just a few percentage points, the entire position would be liquidated. So this is like a very, this shows a lot of resoluteness. The person who made this trade feels absolutely certain that it's going to go up. So it's really likely that this person had some kind of insider information, and that is probably trailing along with a lot of Trump's announcements in regards to crypto. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and use my referral link in the description down below. If you want to buy cryptocurrency without KYC, use my referral link in the description down below for local coin swap. I've also got one for HODL. That's a non-custodial P2P cryptocurrency exchange. So if it goes belly up like FTX or whatever, you don't lose your money because none of your funds are actually stored on the exchange itself. So make sure to check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.